Blackmail?
Blackmail? No, it's affair.
Affair? How bad was the fight?
I think Jacques got in the middle of it before it got so Mrs.
Maybe, but
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
What about the second one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that open a chest with 2 locks? Okay, there's definitely something going on between them.
Yeah, but the answers probably lie in that chest, and I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there.
Probably.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, if you get me a candle and some plaster, I may...
How?
I'll tell you later, okay? Just find those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I can.
All right.
I would never give up on you.
Plaster and candles. Well, half the hotel's under renovation. I should be able to find plaster somewhere around here. With the renovations, there has to be plaster somewhere on this floor. I should grab some before going down. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs? Candles, candles, candles. I think Rebecca keeps a stash of them, but where? It's locked.
I can't believe Eugene would do something like that. He's worked with us for years. He's always been loyal. Is there anything we might have said or done to anger him?
What are you saying? That I deserve this?
No, of course not. All I mean to say is that maybe from his perspective, well, never mind. What are you going to do now?
Fire him. What else? I don't know what on earth's going on today. Is it because of that goddamn snowstorm? Or was there something in the coffee this morning?
What do you mean?
Well, the whole staff's completely off today. Jacques leaving luggage carts everywhere. Wendy writing that message on your door. Andrew suddenly worrying about the floor tiles. Oh, and that maid? What's her name? Sylvie? I never noticed how odd she is.
Sophie, you mean? I like her. She's a good girl.
You know what? I should call the city. Tell them they don't need to build that new madhouse next door. There's one right here.
Oh, Bernard, it's not that bad. I'm here, aren't I? Come here. Let me help you.
I'm good. I'm good. So you do have a stash of candles, but where is it? Off limits. Haven't gotten any tips so far today. Being recognized for doing a good job. That feeling never gets old. Fine. Keep your secrets locker. It's locked. Off limits. It's locked. Yvette's and Susan's favorite activity, talking behind other people's backs. Tempting, but every penny adds up, Sophie. Maybe Bobby took some candles from Rebecca already. If there's anyone to be in a book club with, it'd be Andrew. Maybe I should... No candles, but this looks like the laundry room. Beth definitely doesn't want more reasons to have to talk to guests, especially if it involves apologizing. People don't usually leave these open. Sesame? Nope, no luck. What happened to you before you came to Montreal? Why don't you want to go back home? Andrew? Gosh, I hardly recognized you. Figures that if you were going to break any rules, it'd be the ones about which books you can or cannot read. It's locked. Stash uncovered. Got a candle. Now, what next? Let's see if Andrew is around.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, I remember reading a spy novel, I can't remember the title, it wasn't that good, in which they used wax and plaster to make a key mold. I'm thinking we could do the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Sure? No. In the novel, they used a special kind of wax, not candle wax. But I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this, shall we? First step, pour the wax, I suppose? Careful though, the pot's probably hot. That's it. Nicely done. Next step, better wait a few seconds before removing it. Looks good. Pretty sure you can take it out now. I think we're almost done. All that's left is to pour the plaster from the cup into the mold. Good job. So now we wait until it's dry, I guess.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
A few minutes, probably. We can poke it every now and then to check.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
No. But I like it. I feel like I'm in one of those novels I spend my days reading.
What have you been reading lately? That's your book there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a play by Agatha Christie, Witness for the Prosecution.
What's it about?
It's the story of a lawyer who takes on the case of a man accused of murdering an old widow. There's strong evidence against him, but the lawyer is convinced of his innocence.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it rings a bell.
No, not... Hey, how about we go...
I don't think I can right now.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she's...
It's really nice. Oh, look. I think our key double is dry and ready to go.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Well, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. I should get back upstairs, though. I've been gone far too long already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and you should probably be careful when you turn it. Otherwise, it could break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Sophie.
I've got 2 keys. Now, let's test them out. Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes. That riddle's a toughie. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew. Got a minute?
Of course.
I opened the chest in room 507.
Huh. It worked.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure, but our little key's sturdier than it looks.
Yeah. So, what's in the chest?
A riddle.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
That's awesome. Tell me, which...
Her alliterative name will Yeah.
Oh, it's a series of words that start with the same, like, perpetual peril.
A little bit.
You should look for a name, and I think if that's the case...
All right. You're much better at riddles.
And you're much... Is there anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
My pleasure. Call me when you've opened that case.
You know I will. So, the second part of the riddle refers to a person with an alliterative name. Did I see any first and last names that start with the same letter? A cat named Greta. G-R. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles. That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella? Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some. So the symbols I've been deciphering, you invented them back in the day to keep your love secret. That feels really special. I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed. Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne. So the symbols I've been deciphering, there's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything. After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected. I'm glad you were able to open up to an advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
So this was all a story about star-crossed lovers, with the lovers in question being Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Actually, I think I can help with that.
Really? How?
Well, some mail just arrived here for Mrs. Beaumont.
I wonder what's in it.
Me too.
Should we open it?
Well, that's illegal, isn't it? But sometimes the mail arrives a little damaged, you know? Oops.
So?
And, 3 train tickets. What do you think this means?
I'd say Anne and those train tickets must be for them and Michael.
So you're on a first-name basis now, huh?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah, like characters in a book. I have to say, though, I'm still a bit confused as to how...
I'm not sure exactly. I'd say,
But...
well,
yeah, it is. And why...
we'll probably never...
I was...
At least-
That's it.
Oh?
Why you snoop?